It's what's known as a restricted access country. It's located in the Southeast Asian area, and the Christian faith is allowed to be practiced there, but the government does put some restrictions on what can and cannot happen. And that's why I'm not using the name of the country, is just for security purposes, we do need to be somewhat careful about that. There's both a strong need and a strong opportunity. When the government went through its major change a number of years ago, most of the Christian leadership at that time evacuated the country for personal safety or other reasons. So there was a long period where the church was struggling. Recently, there's been kind of a rebuilding of emerging leaders and established leaders, and actually this country has a strong base now of veteran pastors and leaders. And so they're responding to the need in their country. What's exciting is they also already have a vision to reach not only their country, their fellow country persons within this country, but there is actually more of the population of this country that now lives outside the region. Actually, something like 3 times the number of people are outside the country. And so they have a vision to say, how can we reach all of our compatriots all through the region? So this is a country that already has veteran pastors who've weathered oppression and persecution, are still going strong. They're growing at about 6% per year. The Christian church is growing there. And not only do they have already a network across denominational lines and other lines that's saying, let's work together in Christian ministry, they already had a vision. What we were told is, what we need now are the tools and the means to help us figure out the strategic plan for how can we take this vision and move it forward. And as they got to hear about and know about Asian access through different means, they approached us and said, we've heard good things about you. Would you come and spend time with us? Let's get to know each other a little bit. So we made a series of visits. Different leaders in other Asian access countries came, got to know these ministers, kind of shared together, got to know each other. And so after a few of these visits, the leadership team, you might say the folks that comprise the central leadership team in this country, formally asked us if we would consider coming in, which we with thanks accepted. Praying for the leaders in that country. They're having to navigate this delicate kind of life of some things are sort of allowed, some things aren't. And often in a restricted access country, it's not always clear what's okay and what's not okay. So to even be open to a new ministry program or a new training program just brings inherent risks because they don't know how that will change the landscape. So I think number one, just prayer for those leaders as they are willing to step out and take this risk with us. I think prayer for wisdom for us in being really as thoughtful as we can be in bringing the right faculty and the right resource people from Asian Access to be able to come alongside and really work with these pastors who will be counseling and mentoring, but frankly, I think we'll have a lot of good things to learn from them. These are experienced ministers who've weathered a lot, good vision. So I think that praying for that real cross-pollination that really speaks to our larger vision of all of Asia really working together to advance the gospel. It's just really exciting. There's some really great people there. There's some really dynamic churches. There's some real cutting-edge ministry going on. And I think especially as a Westerner, as someone who comes from a more privileged situation, and sometimes us Westerners, we're so used to freedom and having everything kind of this liberty, we can get so freaked out about a situation that people are oppressed or persecuted. Just to be around people who, for them it's like, well, of course, being a Christian means you're going to face trials and persecutions, and kind of not only their courage, but just their perspective of, hey, God's in control. We've got this vision. It's just real, it's kind of an honor to be alongside people like that and go, wow, look at what we have to learn from Christian leaders like this. And so just that opportunity to work together like this, it's just a real privilege. So it's very exciting.